Well, hello, boys and girls. This morning, I say good morning. You may be watching it at night or midnight or after midnight. I don't know, but it's early morning with me down here, and I had a report yesterday of another Bigfoot sighting up in DeKalb County, and there's always something going on in DeKalb County. The reason I'm out here, I hope I got the camera kind of lined up on that bridge, but that's what we're going to be talking about today. A Bigfoot was sighted on a bridge. As a matter of fact, two of them. Let me do a little different camera angle so you can see the bridge up through there. This is not the actual bridge where the Bigfoot sighting was made. It was in DeKalb County. But I did want to come out this morning to give you a little quick field trip, I guess you would call it, to sort of see about what type of bridge and what type of little country road that this Bigfoot sighting happened on. When we get back to the shack, that's when I'll tell you the story on it. I do want to show you a little bit of this to kind of give you an idea of the location and what all was going on. Let me get fan back down this way of the road. I just had a log truck to go by, and he waited till I got videoing before he was out of sight. I sure wanted to get that log truck on there. But anyway, you know, I'm not a big supporter of massive logging. I know we have to have logging here in Alabama and everywhere for paper and that type of stuff, but I just don't like the way that it's being done, where it gets to go in and cut hundreds and hundreds of acres clear cut at one time. But anyway, we won't get on my logging views this morning. I'll get another little quick view of the old country county road was what the lady told me that where this sighting happened at. And I'll go into more detail when we get back home and got something else coming down the road. So anyway, I'll cut this a little bit short and we'll head on back to the shack.
Now, from the tail end of the Appalachian mountain chain in the heart of the South, this is Alabama Adventures.
All right, so we did make it on back to the shack today, and when I left up there in the country up there where I was showing you the water and the bridge to kind of give you a setting for this story I'm going to tell you about, I ran on up to Lionville, Alabama, and went by Jack's up there real quick, get me something to eat for breakfast. A little bit early when I left this morning, and I just was in one of those moods. I didn't want to cook breakfast. Anyway, I wish you'd have been up there in Lionville at Jack's. We'd have sat around and talked about Bigfoot and paranormal and just chemtrails, whatever come along. It doesn't matter. But anyway, I got back home and I wanted to start this video for you and tell you about this Bigfoot sighting that I had only a few days ago. It's the first week of February. So I believe the sighting either happened Wednesday or Thursday, was whenever the lady said that her son actually made this Bigfoot sighting of two Bigfoots, and we'll get to that in a minute. I know I'm putting videos out pretty fast. I've been doing one a day here lately, which is pushing me and working me pretty hard. And I was just kind of tired this morning whenever I got up from working on videos. Anyway, I have a spiral notebook like what I used to carry whenever I was in high school, what seems like 100 years ago now, and then sometimes it seems like yesterday. I have that, and I keep down a list of the videos that I want to do, and sometimes I make me some notes beside them. And of course, some of you out there send me pictures and videos and recordings, and we want to get all of those on video as soon as we can. We have done some of those in the past that you have sent me, and we're working on those as fast as we can get to them. I counted a while ago before I started this particular video to tell you about this sighting, and I know you're wanting to get to it, but I sort of want to fill you in on what's going on and why it takes me a little bit longer to get things out than it used to. Of course, my health is one thing, but I am doing a whole lot better than what I was this time a few months ago. Anyway, right after the heart attacks and everything. But anyway, I have 72 videos listed. All of them are not paranormal. All of them are not Roman, Alabama. Some of them are. Some of them are going to be the shadow regions and that type of stuff. And that's not counting the a weekly moment to pause that I try to do. But anyway, we have that many, and I already have 10 done that I have got to get Dorothy to help me with. And we're just sort of going through some changes right here, right now with Dorothy and the Alabama Bigfoot Society. But hopefully in just a few weeks, things will get back to normal. She can help me put out some, and as long as my eyes stay as well as they are, where I can see small stuff better than I could, we'll try to get these videos out to you. The reason I want to get so many of them out, and all of them out, is there just important things that I think need to be told about Bigfoot, the paranormal, just all aspects of the paranormal. And of course, I like to do the Roman rule of Alabama and tell you some old funny stories every once in a while. But anyway, right now, let's get on to the video tonight about the Bigfoot sighting. Okay, I was sitting here the other day, and that's what I was working on, was some videos, and a investigator from over in Tuscaloosa County gave me a call and asked me had I ever had a report of a Bigfoot with an arm missing. And I told her that I had heard a report on that a few weeks ago. Somebody had emailed me or sent me a comment through the site or something about they had seen a Bigfoot with an arm missing. Now, I'm not sure when this was. But anyway, the one that I'm going to tell you about now happened, as I said, the first week of February. Anyway, she called me up and said she had a lady on the line that wanted to talk to me and tell me what she had seen. And we sort of had a bad connection that afternoon, but I did get all the details I possibly could. And then I talked to the investigator later that day, and I've called her this afternoon to clarify some things that she told me. What happened was this lady's son had been down to Anniston, Alabama, and he lived in the northern part of Alabama. I'm not exactly sure where he lived, but on his way home, he passed through Rainsville, Alabama, which is a place that I know very well because here a while back, Alabama Bigfoot Society was invited to go up there and make a talk at one of their paranormal conventions up there, and met some very nice people up there. Some very good lifelong friends up there, Kelly and her husband Tommy. Of course, now Tommy since then has passed on, and we all send our condolences to Kelly up there about that. That was a very sad thing. He was a very good friend. But anyway, what happened in this particular sighting? It was well on into the night, well after midnight, and this man was returning home to somewhere in North Alabama. And DeKalb County is a very paranormal county. And I have had people to comment and raising Cain about there are no Bigfoots in DeKalb County. Well, you need to wake up and look around. There's a lot of stuff going on in DeKalb County. Cattle mutilations was a very famous something that has gone on up there for many years. Even whenever Dorothy and I were up there doing this paranormal convention a while back, and I have a video on here about it, we encountered a UFO up there one night, and we had some missing time. We hadn't really investigated that particular case, just had so much other stuff to do, and then of course I had my little health issue and everything, and that sort of slowed us down a lot. But I know that there is a lot of paranormal activity going on in DeKalb County. I met some very nice researchers up there and people that are involved in the paranormal investigation. One gentleman and his brother and his daughter, I have done videos on all of them. I hadn't called their name, and I won't call their name because that's one thing about the Alabama Bigfoot Society. We keep your identity completely 100% confidential, and I have had some other investigators to make remarks about that. If you don't have dates and you don't give names, then you're making it up. I certainly am not making this stuff up. I couldn't sit down and make up all the stuff that I have made about videos. But when somebody tells me something in confidentiality, and the reason I say that word slow, sometimes my tongue gets around my eye teeth and I can't see what I'm saying and I get tongue-tied. But anyway, whenever you tell me something, you're not telling the word. Yeah, I may tell your story of what you told me, but I will not tell your name, and I will not give an exact location unless you tell me to. And but that's why we are saying DeKalb County have got permission for that. I will not use their name, and as I said, anytime somebody tells me something in confidentiality, then I'm not going to spread it with the world to try to sell a book or get a movie deal or get on TV or something like that. But anyway, let me get on to the story. And I know I've said that several times, but here is the story as it was told to me. The young man was going home that night, and he was going down a county road, as I showed you earlier in the video. Just not a mainstream road or an interstate or anything like that. On his way home, he had to cut down this country road to get home, and that's what he did. And as he neared this bridge, he could tell something was standing on the bridge. He thought it was somebody to begin with, but they were much too tall to be a human, he thought. So he slows down pretty slow as he crosses the bridge, and as he does, his car lights shine this Bigfoot, and it's a kind of an unusual color. He said it was like a silverback, and or his mother was the one that was telling me about it. Said it was a silverback color. Said it was a gray color, and I have had only one other report that I can remember of a gray Bigfoot, and it was in Tallapoosa County. And now this is in DeKalb County, which is, I guess, about 150 or 200 miles north of Tallapoosa County. This other sighting of a gray Bigfoot happened probably 10 years ago now. I'd have to get my records to give you an exact date. Don't hold me to that 10 years, but I don't want to go through the files right now just to look up a date. That's not important. We did have another sighting down there, and that's what's important. But anyway, what it was, he slowed down considerably and said he probably went within about 2.5 or 3 feet of this Bigfoot, this gray looking Bigfoot, and he said it was probably around 9 feet tall as he crossed the bridge. Okay, what he noticed about it was one of its arms was missing. Its left arm was missing. He could see it very plain with the car light shining on it, and he pretty much had his attention on this big gray Bigfoot as he crossed the bridge, and then he glances back up the road to make sure he's not fixing to run off the bridge or anything coming or anything like that, and he sees another Bigfoot standing at the end of the bridge. This Bigfoot is a reddish color Bigfoot, which we have a lot of those. That's pretty much a common color of a Bigfoot, but he does see this reddish, smaller, it's like a juvenile Bigfoot standing at the end of the road up there. So he takes his foot off the brake somewhat and travels on up and passes this Bigfoot. And anyway, that was the sighting that he told me about. I was trying to think if there was anything else. The lady was going to get back in touch with me as soon as she talked to her son. She had talked to him on the phone, and possibly today, Saturday, or maybe Sunday, she said they could get together and he could carry her down there to the exact location where the sighting was made. And what she said she wanted to do was she watched some of my videos about looking for signs and that type of stuff, and she wanted to get out and see if there was like bent trees, broken trees, maybe some footprints or something like that in the area. But I do want to thank my friend, the investigator over in Tallapoosa County, for giving me a call and passing this story along to me and letting me talk to this lady. As I said, I was trying to think what I have left out. This sighting did happen sometime after midnight, on either Wednesday or Thursday of the first week of February. I don't have a calendar real handy where I can give you a date. But anyway, just wanted to come on real quick and tell you about this. If you're in that area up there, you might want to keep an eye out. I do know a lot of investigators up there, and if they're watching this, I have tried to get in touch with a couple of them, and it's a bad time over the weekend to call somebody. People are usually out busy, having a big time over the weekend, but I will be getting in contact with them next week. And Kelly, you're one of them that I'm going to be calling, because Kelly is a big paranormal investigator up there in that part of Alabama and DeKalb County. But anyway, I'll bring this video on to a close since I made that little report to you. And if you're up that way, as I said, you might want to keep an eye out for a one-armed Bigfoot. So anyway, I guess with all that being said, I'll just bring this video to a close tonight and tell you, as I always do, that the Alabama Bigfoot Society is run completely out of pocket. And if you're in a position where you can and where you would like to make a donation, all you have to do is to go to our website, alabamabigfootsociety.com, and right there on the front page you'll find a place where you can make that donation. I do hope you will give us a like on this video, and if you like what we're doing down here and these stories we tell and the investigations that we do, hope you would subscribe to the channel. And I guess with all that being said, as Hank Williams used to say, good Lord willing and the creeks don't rise, I'll see you next time.